Avastha, the essential nature of Buddhas of three times, to root gurus who directly shows the mind as the Dharmakaya I proceed. Having His Holiness the 12th Gyalwang Drukpa and Your Eminence Drukpa Tukse Rinpoche as the mentors and torchbearer, maybe it's our fate, maybe it's our good deeds and virtue that we accumulated in this or previous lives. Maybe it's a miracle, but whatever it is, we are blessed beyond utterances. A very warm good morning to you all. Highly esteemed Your Eminence Drukpa Tukse Rinpoche, today's chief guest, Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, B.D. Mishra and Miss Neelam Sharma, respected Your Eminences, distinguished guests, and all the devotees from all over the Ladakh, a very good morning. I am Deachen Angmo from Tugla village, a student of Drukpa Karpo school and pursuing my matriculation in this school. On behalf of the whole family of Drukpa Karpo school, I wholeheartedly wish His Holiness the 12th Gyalwang Drukpa and Your Eminence Drukpa Tukse Rinpoche a very happy birthday. On this occasion of birthday of His Holiness and Your Eminence, I take this opportunity to throw some lights on the great life and great deeds of His Holiness the 12th Gyalwang Drukpa with the intention of spreading his magnanimous stature to you all devotees. His Holiness not only being a spiritual leader, but also the one who teaches us the real definition of life, that is to put compassion into action. Though being a naive person, it would be an overwhelming task to talk about His Holiness, but I'd be a fool to skip this sought after opportunity. So with the blessing of both my root gurus, I'd like to start a brief introduction and his great deeds to you all. About 2,500 years ago, Siddhartha Gautama paved the way for a new way of life in the form of Buddhism. Many great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas followed his path to flourish Buddhism throughout the world. Among them, a great Mahasiddha called Naropa, a great Indian saint, started a new Vajrayana lineage. Naropa returned to the world as Drobon Sangpa Gyari Ishidorje, who was the founder of Drukpa lineage. And still this lineage is flourishing and thriving far and wide, as this lineage has been skillfully developed over and again through many reincarnations of the first Gyalwang Drukpa, and we are fortunate to have 12th Gyalwang Drukpa Jime Pema Wangchen O Tenzin Jigdre Lodo. He is the present head of the Drukpa Kagyu lineage of Tibetan Buddhism. His Holiness was born at Revelsar Thopema, a sacred place to Acharya Padma Sambhava in northern India. The birth took place during celebrating the auspicious 10th day of the first Tibetan month of the water rabbit year, falling in the 16th Prabhava in 1963. His father was His Eminence Deachen Bero Rinpoche and his mother is Kontro Pedro. He offered his hair cutting of renunciation to His Holiness Dalai Lama. Subsequently, His Holiness gave him the name Tenzin Jigdre Lodo. In 1967, the young Rinpoche was formally enthroned at Druk Thukten Sahab Choling Monastery in Darjeeling, West Bengal. There he was brought up and started getting education under the guidance of the first Tukse Rinpoche. Being at the feet of Tukse Rinpoche, the young Gyalwang Drukpa started learning rituals, practices and chant texts by heart too. In 1975, His Holiness visited Ladakh, the land of his disciples. Here he started living at Himish Changchuk Choling Monastery and Chemde Thekchok Monastery. For the faithful devotees, he gave the profound instructions on the vows of individual liberation, Bodhisattva and Tantra. On account of grace and kindness of Rinpoche, the strength of monks increased in different Drukpa monasteries. The great Sadhana Puja was performed at the great Naropotang, located at She, from 6th day of the 5th Tibetan month of the Wood Monkey year in 2004, in the presence of 200 nuns, 200 siddhas and monks, thousands of devotees from Ladakh and other parts of the world. Other than the head of Drukpa lineage, the Gyalwang Drukpa is an active environmentalist, educator and writer. He applies ancient Buddhist philosophy to resolve today's problems and has millions of followers worldwide. One of the Gyalwang Drukpa's main focuses is on environmental preservation and education, which puts into action the core Buddhist principle that all beings are interconnected and interdependent. His mission is to promote universal harmony and inner peace by integrating the spiritual tenets of love and appreciation into daily life. His work also includes encouraging gender equality, establishing educational institutions, medical clinics and meditation centers in the Himalayas. And we all are acquainted with the veracity that he is the founder and spiritual director of the award-winning Drukpa Karpo School, which provides its students with a modern education while preserving their local culture. In recognition of these activities, the Gyalwang Drukpa received the United Nations Millennium Development Goals honor in September 2004, and in December 2010 he received Green Hero Award presented by the President of India. The Gyalwang Drukpa has established the Druk Nunnery, a modern and green abbey outside Kathmandu, Nepal, with a 2 satellite abbey in Ladakh, Yolo Osal Choling Atya and Gawakil at Kota. There women receive a modern education as well as spiritual training historically reserved for men. In an effort to instill self-confidence, the Gyalwang Drukpa has also authorized them to learn Kufu, training that was off limits to women for over 2 centuries, especially in the Drukpa Nunnery in Kathmandu. And we are very familiar with the fact that these Kung Fu nuns are gaining worldwide recognition. The Gyalwang Drukpa also collaborates with well-respected international organizations to promote the message of active compassion as well as to find effective and sustainable solutions to bridge materialism and spirituality. In his effort to use Buddhist approaches to solve modern day's problems, the Gyalwang Drukpa founded the Live to Love Global Humanitarian Movement in 2007. Live to Love is an international organization of secular, non-profit, working together to achieve 5 aims that are education, environmental protection, medical services, relief aid and heritage preservation. The Himalayan region, known as the Third Pole, supplies water to nearly 1/2 of the world's population and is disproportionately impacted by global warming. Live to Love sponsors several unique and world-renowned projects focused on environmental protection of this fragile ecosystem. For example, every year Live to Love hosts Eco-Path Yatra, a trek in which hundreds of volunteers hike hundreds of miles collecting plastic waste. The Cycle Yatra, which was held in 2016, covering 2,200 kilometers from Kathmandu to Ladakh. In 2010, the Gyalwang Drukpa launched an initiative to plant 1 million trees in Ladakh as part of the 1 million trees campaign initiated by Wangrai Maathai, recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. As part of this initiative, the Gyalwang Drukpa led the Live to Love volunteers to break the Guinness World Record twice for most trees planted simultaneously. In October 2012, over 9,800 volunteers planted nearly 1 million trees, safeguarding villages from mudslides and cleaning polluted air. The people of Ladakh preserve a unique lifestyle. As modernization occurs, they are losing their indigenous culture and are having difficulty competing in the new economy. With approximately 900 students, the Drukpa Karpo School seeks to provide its students a modern education while instilling a respect for the unique indigenous culture of this region. Many remote Himalayan communities lack basic medical services. The Druk White Lotus Clinic, recently opened, is located on Druk Amitabha mountain outside of Kathmandu, Nepal, and provide regular medical care for the community living on the mountain. Under the guidance of the Gyalwang Drukpa, Live to Love also hosts temporary medical clinics in Ladakh, India, including an annual eye camp in which doctor treats individuals who have lost sight due to eye disease. In August 2010, a flash flood from an unexpected cloudburst devastated Ladakh, killing hundreds and leaving thousands homeless. The Gyalwang Drukpa's Live to Love international and domestic volunteers distributed necessities to those in need. The Drukpa Karpo School Two children left homeless because of the flash flood. During the pandemic, Live to Love, along with the Young Drukpa Association, extended their support to the victims and people from far-flung areas in terms of rations, things of indispensable nature at that time, under the directions of His Holiness. His Holiness never leaves any stone unturned, as it is evident in the way how Naropa Fellowship fosters the entrepreneurial peace among the budding entrepreneurs through the Himalayas. The vision of the Naropa Fellowship is to develop leaders of tomorrow who will create meaningful impact in Ladakh and the Himalayan region. The Naropa Fellowship, inspired by His Holiness, the Gyalwang Drukpa, has been co-founded by Your Eminence Drukpa Tukse Rinpoche and Dr. Pramad Raj Sinha. Another commendable project of lasting effect came in the form of Live to Rescue, which is one of the most effective animal rescue centers in the Himalayas, located in Nang village. Live to Rescue manages its work of giving homes to countless stray animals with the help of many well-wishers through their magnanimous donations. As a matter of fact, there is no field of work where His Holiness has never trodden his feet. With time constraints, I won't be able to recount each and everything that His Holiness has been doing. Whatever I have told or shared with you all is just a précis in a nutshell. Lastly, I once again wish His Holiness, the Dwas Gyalwang Drukpa and Your Eminence Drukpa Tukse Rinpoche a very happy birthday. May you both live long for the benefits of all the